right this
the Crown
second.
show is not starting on time.
Yeah, but
The Crown show hasn't started.
live performances. You're not there to perform for them. They're there for you. You start when you're ready.
That's right. That's right.
Where are you at tonight?
User people.
Juan, where are you?
Do they know me by my voice? Am I coming in?
He can't hear me.
It's coming in
I can
pretty
hear
quiet.
you. Can you hear me?
Where are you tonight?
Vero Beach, Florida, where everybody goes, right?
That's where JT is.
I'm in Kissimmee. I'm
How
over
far
in
away is that?
Kissimmee. Vero Beach from Kissimmee?
Yeah.
That's probably 3 hours.
Well, you guys should be together.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
for
should.
real?
That's an hour and a half each way for each of you.
Yeah.
JT, if you
That's
leave
just-
now, you can be there right after the show ends.
Right as soon as the show's
Exactly.
over, yeah. We'll do the after show, right?
And Juan,
After
if you leave
show.
right now, then there won't be a show.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
they might be.
And then JT will be really late.
It's going to be a great show, and I wasn't expecting Juan to even be here at all, so I was pleasantly surprised, shocked, mind you, to see him.
Well, I had to say hey because I didn't want to keep talking to you guys via text and email and our short little Marco Polos that we do.
It's not
Right.
enough to sustain the relationship, is it?
No.
I had to see your
Yeah.
faces.
Well, Juan DeVivo is our easily our most successful SCQS member, and so we have to constantly work around his epic career. And
Look at you being all successful and having shows.
yeah, it gets in the way of what we're trying to accomplish here.
Exactly. I don't know why we keep having concerts.
I don't know either.
Hey,
Just-
so the MC is on the stage. I'm gonna have to see you guys later.
Oh, here we go.
amigos.
The MC's on the stage. You guys gotta go. I gotta go. I gotta go be successful.
Break a leg.
Thank you all. Bye. Love you.
See ya.
Bye, Juan. There he goes. Sorry, I gotta go succeed in a mighty way. See you guys later.
I just want him just one time, to finish up a song, final chord, and just yell out, "Chubby Bruce!" really loud.
That'd be awesome.
You mean on the stage for
Yeah, on
Casting Crowns?
stage. Yeah, on stage with Casting Crowns.
I'm actually only an hour and a half from Vero Beach, so seriously, I could leave now.
Don't leave.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't leave now.
Never mind.
Well, hello.
After you hear my clicker rhyme this week, you may ask me to leave.
And with that,
And with that, let's get this show on the road.
And hello to everybody. Rachel
Yeah.
and Julia and Jerry and Jessica and PeachCon and who else? Who else? is
Kara,
Kara
cool?
Terra.
Kara. What's the
up,
face?
Kara?
And who else? And
Julia.
Ray. Julia.
Sydney is free.
Free.
No, here. She meant
Okay.
here.
Here. She meant here.
Oh, I thought she meant free.
We're just doing a roll call now. We have nothing to talk about.
Jessica. Ooh, a black heart.
Melody.
Melody. Corbin. Jeff Lane.
There's
Lane.
Jeff Lane, ladies and gentlemen, and Stephen
Stephen
Peters.
The Saturday Night Live version. I'm featuring What's His Face.
It's about that time. Hey ho ho.
Gonna do some stuff now.
He's sort of got like a Yoda Grover.
He does that name. Groda. If Yoda and Grover had a baby, it would be Groda.
All right, I'm gonna go backstage. Have a good show, gentlemen.
Bye.
Later.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
There she goes. Now
Monty
it's
King. Hello, Monty King.
Monty.
Somehow I want to say your name like a Brit. I don't know why.
I don't know, but it's nice. Hello, Monty King.
you
Monty King.
shouldn't. You should say Monty with the British accent every time. Hey,
Hello.
welcome to SCQS.
Good evening.
everyone. Good evening, everyone. Good evening.
Hello.
You remember Alfred Hitchcock Presents?
Good evening.
Good
Yes.
evening. Good evening. We should do that some week. Some week we should all have different.
Yeah, like a silhouette.
Yeah.
Walk
We
into
should-
the outline.
Yeah. That would be great. We each put our outline up,
Yeah.
and then you have to guess who it
Yeah.
is, and you walk in.
That'd be great.
Brian walks into my outline. I walk into yours.
I like it.
Welcome to SKUs, everybody.
Whose outline is it anyway?
Yeah, exactly. You can play a game. Whose outline is it anyway? I love it. That's fantastic.
Starring Crew Drary.
My co-hosts this week are to my right is Biscuit Neck, also known as John Thomas Oakes, who's broadcasting from Kissimmee, Florida.
Yeah.
Kissimmee, baby, Florida.
Yeah.
And why are you in Florida tonight?
I came down to Florida to visit Shingle Creek State Park. Partially. That's one of the reasons.
Is that Prisha in the background? I think I saw your mom back there.
It is, yeah. Yep. Grandma Zip Grandma, Granny's in the back
Zip
there.
Granny's in the background. There she is.
They can see you.
She's like a little puppet show back there. over
Mini
your
mom.
shoulder.
She's sitting on my shoulder. You see that?
She's
That's
waving,
my mini
yeah.
mom.
Hey, hello.
That's the angel side. That's the
Yeah.
angel side, too.
Oh, I better switch.
There you go.
He's just blotted her out. And underneath us tonight is Brian April, who is also known as Brian April. And he's in San Diego, I believe, right?
Yes, I am.
Yeah. Juan DeVivo, as you know, if you're joining us late, is doing a show tonight. He's in a successful band, and so he doesn't always have time to do this.
I had to
with us.
settle for a plain blue coffee cup tonight, too, because I forgot to bring my Comedy Brian cup.
Oh,
You don't travel with it?
I was afraid it would get broken on the road. So you can buy those at Brian's site, by the way.
At comedybrian.com.
Brian.com/shop. Ooh.
Exactly.
/shop for those of you who want to go straight to the mug. You don't want to see any of the other
Okay.
stuff. Gosh, we've got a huge show tonight, which may
How
surprise
big is it? How huge
surprise
is
you.
it?
I'm glad you asked, JT. If this is a typical show, tonight's show looks a little something like this.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
Like my battleship. Do we have to guess the numbers where it is? H6.
Where the battleship is. You remember Battleship is Battleship. I played a lot of Battleship when I was a kid. Did anybody else?
Yeah.
Did you sneak? Did you like put them in your pocket? Put a couple in your pocket so they couldn't find
Not
them?
even put them on the board, you mean?
Yeah. You're like, nope, miss. It's a miss. Sorry. Can't find that little two-piece.
Miss.
BT rope.
You filled up the entire ocean with explosions.
Exactly.
Nope, you missed.
You
That
remember
would
when
be like next level Battleship, wouldn't it? If you had to
It
start
would be.
calling things like right pocket,
Yeah.
shirt pocket,
Backyard.
under the couch,
In the box.
Oh, you remember when Bill and Ted played Battleship with Death in the second movie?
Yep.
That was hilarious.
You
I
sank
do.
my battleship.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's how big the show is tonight. We've
Huge.
got
I have a question
so many
about
things
that.
to do. Yeah,
Real
go
quick
ahead.
about the size of the show. If every week the shows are just so much bigger than a typical show, then doesn't that make the typical show like? Is it every week the typical show is growing in size because our shows are typically bigger than our typical show, so they're just like constantly growing.
Exponentially.
Yeah, exponentially evolving and being bigger.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I was just
Logically.
curious. I mean, just throwing a little logic out there, but we
I
don't
think it's right.
let logic interfere in SKUs.
Well, yeah, that's true, Brian. Thanks for pointing that out. And now, Tabby thought the same thing. So basically, what that means is now week to week, I'm going to have to like take the Battleship from this week and make that a typical show, and then do something that's proportionately bigger to that.
Well, you kind of have to average that between the Battleship and the Mammoth at first,
Yeah.
you know.
Right.
So maybe do the Mammoth and then the Battleship next to it, and then something. So that's the typical show.
Yeah. Well, I guess the question that I would have is, how much brain power should I commit to that stupid graphic that we just do?
But I think in like 2 months, the graphic's going to be amazing because the Mammoth is going to be like this big, and it's just gonna just be here, and then tonight's show is gonna be like this size.
No, Brian, you're wrong. It won't be amazing. It absolutely will not be amazing. It will not be worth. See, and that's the problem is that now that you've said that, I will not be able to get that out of my head, and so essentially you have totally screwed me up for future weeks. Put the mammoth on the battleship. Yeah. See, now it's gonna, rather than spending exorbitant amount of times working on bits, I'm going to spend most of the week trying to figure out that dumb graphic that takes 10 seconds out of the show. Like Jeff says, we're overthinking it.
But this is the kind of, it's the kind of content. This is what we talk about on the post show usually.
Yeah. This is what leads to our huge ideas, right?
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. And if this is our typical idea,
very nice. Very nice.
The idea for today looks a little like this. Exactly. Before we get to our gigantic show, at whatever proportions you envision this being, we need to do our clickers of the week. We need to honor our clickers. JT.
Some people go to football games and love to look at kickers. We love that too, but most of all, we're crazy about the clickers.
No.
Yes.
Do that again.
Okay. Some people go to football games and love to look at kickers. We love that too, but most of all, we're crazy about the clickers.
All right, this week's clickers of the week, in no particular order, are
Jeff
and Thank you from the bottom of our heart for supporting the show and making what we do doable. We couldn't do it without you. If you would like to become on the list of people who could potentially become Clickers of the Week and have John Thomas sing a couple of verses about your praises, just go to johnbrandon.com and sign up to become one of the comedy clickers, and then you will join the elite group of people who we sing about every single week.
I just had another brainstorm.
Right? Yep. There is a new benefit for being a clicker. Is that correct?
Yes, there is.
John, are we not revealing that yet?
No, you can reveal that. Go ahead.
So what we'll be doing is we always talk about the post shows and those so much fun and so creative and so energetic and all that sort of stuff. What we're going to be doing is broadcasting those after on a separate StreamYard link specifically for our clickers. And I think the first one we're going to record today and post it. And that'll be on John's site, which is johnbrandon.com. So if you sign up there, he will post a link there. You get to see the post show, the wrap ups, the stupid things we talk about, the silly things we talk about, all that fun stuff. But going forward, we're going to be able to do it live after the show. So after the show is ended, we will have a post show where we all just kind of talk about whatever, and it gets a little crazy and hectic, and you will get to join in and be a part of that as well.
Yeah.
It's almost unbelievable, isn't it? That an opportunity like that would be made available.
It's amazing.
But it's true. And you can wear your PJs if you want, or you can wear a tuxedo if you want to dress up. If you're looking for an excuse to wear that prom dress or that wedding dress again, you can wear it to the after show.
Yes.
All right. So we're going to do, somebody said that they needed to see a dang ding dong update. And I actually have that on the list to do today. So I'm going to go, we're going to shoot from the hip. It's not, I didn't schedule it to do it right now, but I'm going to do it right now because we asked for it.
Do it.
And so we try to accommodate what our viewers want. And so I can't remember the last time we did the dang ding dong update. It's been long enough ago that I feel like I need to update everybody on what it is. Do we have dang ding dong music?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a little.
Got it. It's been about a year, actually, right? It's been legitimately like a year since we introduced this.
That's John Thomas Oaks, everybody, our composer, who came up with a dang ding dong theme song Just off the top of his head.
Yeah, it was just there. I was just inspired.
Yeah. Can we hear it one more time?
Yep.
Yeah, all right.
That's
That
good.
almost makes me want to do it more often.
You know,
So,
he was a funny fact about JT. He almost got the call to be the writer for the By Menon jingle.
Just about did.
Just about. He came up one note short. One note short.
One note. Think
Yeah.
about it, man.
And
What you
I
do-
actually was on board for the Hot Pockets one too, but I wrote 4 notes and it was one too many.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
It's tricky. Songwriting is tricky.
it
I
is.
mean, one note separates greatness from obscurity.
Mm-hmm.
So way back when this show was in its infancy, we cut open a ding dong. I'm just going to say it. We cut open a ding dong because I thought it would be fascinating to watch the ding dong decay. And the problem is that the dang ding dong never did actually decay. All it did was sort of dry out. And so, without further ado, here is a legitimate, actual Star Spangled Ding Dong, as it is currently in its current state of.
This is over 1 year since this is.
Wow.
It's been over a year. It was a year in June.
Wow.
So it'll be a year
Yeah.
Uh,
Okay.
in June. And so there it is. This little plant sticking out of it was actually an accessory that I added a couple of months after, because watching the ding dong decay was so boring. I mean, literally nothing was happening. And so I did this to add a little intrigue to the ding dong, which I think it does.
Yeah.
But this is half of it.
And you can see that the leaves have now turned to a nice ding dong frosting color.
Well, this thing won't come out either. It is. I embedded it in when the ding dong was soft enough, but I don't think I could even push it in. Now I'd have to drill a hole in the ding dong to put something else in it. And then this is the other side of it. And let me see if you can see that's the cream filling,
It's
like right
even
there.
the cream didn't decay.
No.
No,
Wow.
it's just kind of coagulated into a.
Wow.
It's stiff. It's like a putty. It's kind of like
Rachel
a putty.
wants to know where the dead
Rachel
bug
wants
is.
to know where the bug is. I don't
So-
see it.
It was a stink bug, right?
Yeah, there was a dead bug on this tray. Well, we thought it was dead, but I don't know where it went. Rachel, that's an excellent question, and now I'm kind of creeped out.
It's one of those possum bugs.
There you go.
Yeah. So it laid there for what, 6 months?
Yeah, exactly.
Decided the coast was clear. So there you go. There's your ding dong update. My question that I would like to pose to the group now is: what should we do with this ding dong? I mean, we're coming up on a 1 year anniversary, and do we?
eBay. Yep. eBay.
Yep.
Well, could we turn it into an NFT? What do you think we'd get
We
for this
could.
ding dong if we made it a non-fungible token?
That's a good question. That is a good question. We could.
Does anybody know how to do that?
I have a friend who does. I know people. I know people who do that. You just basically digitize it and assign it with a collective or a number, I believe.
Right.
So
I
so
just
the short
now thought
answer is
about
no. That's the short answer. But here's something else we could do. We could autograph it. I'll autograph it and give it
The
away.
ding dong?
Yeah, or sell it at auction on either eBay or at the Vacay with Comics.
There you go.
August 19th through 22nd.
August 19th to 22nd. You think we could sell the? Okay, that's a possibility.
Yeah.
I'm open to anything. I'm not necessarily open to eating it, although explode it with fireworks. I like that.
Somebody would eat it. I mean, I've seen people eat stuff at church camp before that.
Yeah.
I mean, I've eaten stuff at church camp that was a lot worse than that ding dong. So
Who
somebody
wants to
would
see-
eat it.
Who wants to see John Thomas Oakes eat this ding dong on the
Vacay with Comics.
on Vacay with Comics? Yeah.
I can do it.
Will that travel well? You like stick that to the top of the car? Does that get like satellite radio?
Probably.
You get the antenna?
That thing will pick up alien signals probably by now.
I took a bite out of this ding dong, and now I can read people's thoughts. I don't know what sort of chemicals. Send it to Ripley's Believe It or Not. Okay, so we're open to suggestions. So if you want to send us an email, the address is SCQS SCQS@johnbrandon.com. Yeah, mail that dang ding dong to JT. That's but we're open to any of your suggestions, and we'll do what pleases the group.
We'll do that when we get 100 viewers. JT will eat it as we read the lyrics to the unheard, unsolved lyrics. That's what we'll do.
100 live viewers. Well, there's a possibility that we will get 100 live viewers because we have. Can we talk about our deal, or is it too early to do that? I'm looking at the producer. You can either nod your head or shake your. The starving comic. Oh, she's going to come on.
Oh,
got to get her disguise on.
Oh, wait a minute.
What? Okay.
I think she's probably going to go get.
She had to change her name, so she's she came on too early.
Gotcha.
What an outfit we have here. There you go. All right. So, is it okay to tell people about the conversation that we had with our producer friend, or do we have to keep that quiet until we know more details?
Yeah, I think we should probably keep that until we know more details. But you can talk about.
Well, I'm glad I asked that question publicly live, so that
you can talk about vacay with comics in general, and you can talk about the fact that we're going to be broadcasting the pre or the post show, which Brian already mentioned. You can talk about that stuff.
But okay,
you know who else is going to be a vacay at the comics?
Who is? Brian's going to be there. Brian's going to be at vacay with comics. So, see, that was what I wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
But the producer said we weren't supposed to, and so we did anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's looking very much like the vacay with the SCQS crew is going to be at vacay with the comics. That's our plan. I think John Thomas is talking about rearranging his schedule to try and be there. Brian has already said that he's going to be there, and Juan DeVivo is going to try and be there. Now, we can't make any promises for any of those people, but I think it's important for our SCQS crew to understand, all of you who are our faithful, loyal listeners, to understand that they're going to be at the at Vacay with Comics. And so that would be a really, really fun opportunity to meet the people who we just know from being online, and we can have face-to-face conversations. We can play cards. We might eat a dang ding dong.
Right, and that would be a great time to play. When would you eat this?
It would be a great time to play. When we eat it. And you know what else we could do? It just occurred to me. We could actually share the ding dong with the SCQS audience. If you wanted to have if you're sitting at home and you're wondering, I wonder what that dang ding dong tastes like, you might be able to find out at Vacay with the Comics if it's if you're there.
And instead of s'mores, we'll do the Star Spangled Ding Dongs.
We'll do Star Spangled.
Yes, Sming Dongs.
Sming dongs? Is that what you said?
Yeah, why not? S'mores and ding dong.
And we're definitely.
Everyone loves a good roasted sming dong over the.
And we're definitely not going to talk about possibly having any film crews there for any possible secret projects. Not going to talk about that.
No.
Now you're sending mixed messages to me. I don't understand.
Listen, I don't know what's complicated about this. We're not talking about anything that might still be up in the air, such as things like film crews and special projects. Not talking about it. Am I being unclear?
No, you're being clear. We are definitely not talking about film crews being at
possibly at Vacay with Comics and being part of a filming project, possibly, because we're not talking about that. So if you have any other questions for me, just let me know.
Okay.
Bye.
Thanks. You've been super helpful. Yeah, we're not talking about the possibility of shooting an actual pilot for an actual television type program about SCQS. We're not talking about that.
Yeah,
so
we would never talk about that.
If you thought we were
about what? Talk about what?
Right.
The possibility of things.
Right. So that do whatever you want with that non-message. And I'm personally going to have to talk to the producer and find out, because I don't even know what we're talking about anymore. All right. I made a cartoon this week, and it's the first episode in what we have come to call the Bruciverse, the Chubby Bruce universe. And what is Chubby Bruce time, Julia? It absolutely is. Now, what
time is it, kids?
What time is it, kids?
Chubby Bruce time.
Bruce time.
What time is it, kids? It's Chubby Bruce time. That's how
now, if this is your first episode of Skews, you may be puzzled by what you're about to see, because what we're doing is we're creating a cartoon strip that is absolutely not Fat Albert. It's absolutely not a copyright infringement, and so if you think it is, you're mistaken.
You're wrong.
And we asked our viewers to send in their drawings for characters, and they did so. And so I have taken those characters as submitted and put them into this opening episode. Now, I will tell you that the cartoon is a little crude. Some of your drawings do not lend themselves well to animation, and so I didn't have a chance to actually rig these characters with any sort of professionalism. But that, to me, it just makes it, it's not the guy you think it is. That to me just makes it even more fun. So this first episode, I wasn't able to do it to its completion. So this is only the first half of the first episode. It's a cliffhanger. And so I'm gonna put it out there, and then we can talk about it. Not Brian and JT have not seen this yet.
Have not.
So, so here we go. First episode of Chubby Bruce. And here.
I don't know. I just think it's weird that his head is made out of a salad. Hey, there's a sad little ghost.
Yeah, a ghost. Don't worry, I'm a friendly goat. Yo!
Hey, that's a... Ow!
What's going on here? Mamma mia!
Hi, Chubby Bruce. Hi, Blunderbus. What's happening?
Hey, my nose hair. Ow!
This thing is ouch! My nose hair.
I'm sorry. I didn't understand you.
Yikes, is that a ghost?
I'm a friendly goat.
This is not working. Just think about what you're trying to say, and I'll read the balloons. Whenever I try to talk, this flying nose thing yanks out one of my nose hairs. Me too. I'm a friendly ghost. I'll try to help. That's a good question. Let me look in my encyclopedia.
Just Google it. Ooh, my nose is smart.
My mom says I can't have a cell phone because I'm allergic. Okay, found it. That thing is a YouTube algorithm. It looks for copyright infringement. It looks for violations.
Hey, I'm not a copyright violation. Duh.
I'm not a copyright violation either. Whoop. Ooh.
That explains why I'm not getting attacked. I'm not a piece of flagrant plagiarism like you guys.
What can we do about this?
I'm gonna go talk to my lawyer.
I got an idea.
Classic.
Now,
The drama. I got to tell you, edge of my chair. I can't wait for.
it's a cliffhanger.
It is.
It
Yeah.
is.
It's a cliffhanger. How are we going to solve this dilemma? And I've really altered Blunderbus, but it'll all work out in the end of the episode. So what we need you to do, viewers.
Now casting voice actor.
That's exactly right. The rest of the gang is going to submit some of the voicings for the characters in the coming episodes. And so what we need is phrases that we can use at the end of this episode, because there's going to be, without giving too much away, there's going to be some character reveals, and those characters are going to utter catchphrases. And so we need to know from you what those catchphrases should be. This is our community cartoon, so you are involved in helping us shape this. It will become what you tell us that it should become. And so we need catchphrases. You can put them here in the comment section, or you can send them to skews@johnbranion.com.
I mean,
let us know.
Don't you think this is groundbreaking, though? I mean, what other show lets the audience decide what the show's going to be about?
Exactly.
What other show does that?
I don't think other shows do that. There's probably a reason why that they don't do that.
Probably.
And we're about to
Bob
find
says
out,
Called,
right?
yeah, what's it called? License and Standards or something like that?
Yeah. But I guess we're about to find out, right?
Well, that's not what I call a shinking it sheep.
He's Scottish. I love it.
Well, no.
Yeah, I gotta say, because I missed last week's show because I was sick, and I went back and watched it, and I was like, man, Sheepshank would be. Could almost go like the opposite, just make him like this really like nerdy professor sound, and then at night he like goes out and does his Sheepshank, just like, hello fellas, how are you today? Listen, today we're going to talk about the effects of the curvature of the Earth on the how it produces apple juice.
on the way we view the horizon. Yeah.
And then he like goes home at night and puts it down, and then his like real voice comes out.
Yeah.
And he just gets all wild and crazy with the apple juice.
Right.
That's great.
Right. Well, if you've got a suggestion for a phrase, and it's going to be Blunderbus and allergies and Chubby Bruce. Now, Chubby Bruce has already got hey ho ho.
Right.
But if you've got another thing that you would like him, what are you doing, Brian?
You know what
if
I'm
you've got
doing.
another thing that you would like him to say,
Just-
let us know.
Besides
So
say ho ho.
Yeah, hey ho ho.
Or hey, don't do that.
And in the future, just so you know, that I intend to sort of evolve these characters. I haven't had time to actually what they call rig them, so their arms and legs don't move. You may have noticed that their animation is a little bit primitive. Can we say that? But in the future, we'll turn these into actual characters with fleshed out backstories, and all of that's going to come from the group. So we are all creating this together.
Well, and it'll just be like, South Park. When South Park first started, it was just little stop motion done with, I believe, cardboard cutouts or, paper,
Yeah.
And now it's fully animated and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So that could be us some 30 years later. The evolution of Chubby Bruce.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love it.
So these are the crude beginnings, but I think it has potential. It's fun. It's fun to talk about, and it's fun to do. So that's the other thing that was flying around in our Telegram group too, is people are talking about script ideas for the Bruciverse, for Chubby Bruce episodes and various characters and what they could do. So again, if you become a member, then you get to join the Telegram group, and you can come in and hit us up with ideas for scripts.
Fanfic.
All that. Yep. All right.
So yeah, get those and send them in for this. Will it be this next week? Might be a couple weeks though, right?
No, it'll be finished by next week.
Oh, there you go.
I'm not gonna leave you hanging on for longer than a week.
You're not going to leave the cliffhanger to the beginning of next
No.
season.
But you can also predict if you'd like. If you'd like to predict how we're going to solve this dilemma, that might be fun too. So there's that. Chubby Bruce.
Chubby Bruce.
Chubby Bruce. What time is it? It's Chubby Bruce.
Chubby Bruce time.
All right.
I wonder if if there's any first grade teachers who would let us record their whole class just screaming that at the top of their lungs. That'd be great to have.
That would be fun.
What time is it, kids? And then just actually have a whole classroom full of.
Yeah, if you can make that happen, if you have access to a classroom or a bunch of kids, and if you can ask them, what time is it, kids? And they can all yell, it's Chubby Bruce time, then we will absolutely use that.
Absolutely. That would be phenomenal.
We will add that to our repertoire.
Yeah, there's got to be some teachers out there.
I wanted to play a game of Name That Hymn tonight. Can we do that, JT?
Let's do it.
Can you do? I know this is kind of off the cuff. I didn't clear this with JT first. I'm throwing him this curveball.
Let's do it.
But we played this a few months ago, and it was pretty fun. And so basically, how this works is JT is going to play a hymn, and we have to name that hymn. And so feel free to.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay.
All right. Let's see if the audience gets it. I know. Everyone's looking like, is Jeff here? Is Jeff here?
No, I don't think Jeff Spiller's here. So go ahead and try to win.
Nope. Nope.
I thought it was. I'd love to tell the story too.
Nope.
But the chorus is
You
different.
want me to sing the first line? The first line is
just-
not the title.
No, just play it again.
Just play
Don't
it.
get us-
Yeah,
don't get
that's
us
it.
Only
copyright
trust
strike.
it.
What's his face got it?
We don't
Yeah,
want to
what's
get
his
the copyright strikes now.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think that was copywritten.
Yeah, well, if it is, we'll hear about it, and then we'll suddenly go dark. So yeah, I thought, but Only Trust Him. Play Only Trust Him. Can you do that?
Okay. I just did. Do you want to hear it again?
Play. I'd love to tell the story.
Yeah.
See, it sounds.
Yeah, they're very.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the 4-chord songs.
Yeah, it is. It's a little different though.
Yeah.
Right here's where it changes. That's where it changes up.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Good job. Only Trust Him. What's his face? That's 1 point for you. We'll keep a.
It does sound a
Keep
little
it
bit like
running.
a college fight song. I'm not gonna lie.
It
Doesn't
does.
Just play real.
does.
That
Yeah,
last
it
part
does.
real. Just,
It does.
this Sunday. Oh, down
Go team. Go team. Yeah, rah. Go fight. Win. All right. What's the next one?
The next one is let's see.
Oh, I know this one.
Slim Shady.
Heard my despairing cry from the waters lifted me. Now say I and the.
Yep. Travis, I'm with you.
Nope. It's not how I love Jesus.
Yes.
What's his
got it
face is on a
again.
roll.
You know, somebody said that sounds like an old bar song, and that's probably true because a lot of the old hymns were taken from bar songs, and they put new lyrics to them.
And that was
So-
problematic for people.
Yeah, it
When-
was. It was
There were a lot of people
scandalous.
who, yeah.
They'd come to church and say, "Wait a minute, that's that song we used to sing about the, the
Right.
whatever they drank in the bar."
Whatever you
So-
drink.
So, I like the idea because some of these I don't know a ton of hymns because my church they do more of the modern songs.
Yeah,
So if you play without lyrics, it almost sounded like something from a baseball game, or you know what I mean. So like we can play a game. Is it like a church hymn, or is it like a baseball game? Is church hymn or other type of song?
Yeah, that's great. That's great.
Right.
I love it.
That was one that we used to sing in church, and when we got to the chorus, we would sing "Love Lipton Tea" instead of "Love Lipton." Love Lipton Tea.
Oh, that's good.
All right, you got another one?
I do.
I just love their bar songs. It's not Beautiful Savior. What's his face is on fire tonight.
Yeah, that's it. That's his face. That's it.
Yep.
Farther along.
What's his face is really Jeff Spiller's second account.
I think it's Jeff Spiller in disguise.
Yep.
Farther along, Mr. Wilson got it.
That's it.
Now, some of you, if you're frustrated because you're saying out these names and you're not seeing them, there is a bit of a delay.
These are far too upbeat for Catholics.
Yeah. Where's the take and eat? That's slow and somber. What's his face is old. All right, let's do one more.
Okay, let's do one more. How about well, let's okay, I think everybody will get this one. Do you want me to do an easy one?
Sure. Do an easy one so everybody can feel edified and successful.
Okay. Here we go. This
Christmas tree.
Get your hand on the buzzer.
Wait, let's do one. Can we do one that even Brian can get?
Yeah, I think so. Here we go.
It's funny. Go ahead. That's easy enough. Thank you for that one. That is Beat It by Michael Jackson.
There you go, Jessica.
Very good.
Very good. Very good.
It's funny though that Tabby said that about the Catholic songs, because I think John and I go way back, and one of the first times I ever went to a Christian service, because I was raised Catholic, was with John in Indiana. And the first time I went to one, and I literally turned to him during service and I said, "What's with all the joy? Why is everybody so happy? What is going on here?"
Oh, that's good.
What? I don't understand. Where's all the gloom?
Yeah.
Where's the somber sorrow?
That's
So
great.
Yeah, Amazing Grace. Good job. Everybody knocked it out of the park. It
Do we
feels
want to
good.
end with a hard one?
So that everybody feels a little demoralized. Yeah, let's do that. Let's end with a hard one.
Okay. Let's try this one.
Oh, I know that one. What a piece of fun.
Is this a Ray Charles song? Is that what's going on?
Yeah, way to go, Stefan.
Yeah, Leaning on the Everlasting Arms.
If this was a Ray Charles song, I'd have to funk it up just a little bit more than,
Do it. What a peace divine, leading on to everlasting arms. Oh, safe and secure from all alarm. That would actually be a fun game too, to trick them up some night. Have JT do the jazzy version of "Leaning on the Everlasting Arm," "Amazing Grace."
Yeah, you think I'm going to go in it? Tell me what I say. Tell me what I say. Tell me what I say.
Leaning on the arms, leaning on the arms right now.
The everlasting arms. Oh, copyright from the Ray Charles estate. We're in trouble now.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, it's time for weird news, everybody.
All right.
We put it off as long as we can. Weird news tonight. What's going to happen is we're going to put a picture up on the screen, and you guys are going to tell me what in the world that picture represents. What's the story behind that picture? And so the first one is this.
Ooh, it's like hot dog chunks mixed in with spaghetti.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Unless it's one of those like eating contests where it's like you have to eat, 5 pounds of spaghetti and 5 pounds of hot dogs in under an hour with like 2 friends, and you get like a free T-shirt.
Yeah.
That's a pretty complicated and specific contest.
Yeah.
So like a contest Juan DeVivo would come up with. Mutant spaghetti pizza gone bad. No, there's good guesses.
Is that Parmesan cheese under the noodles?
Yeah, there's some Parmesan cheese. Good eye.
Yeah.
It looks like a
spaghetti ice cream. That is
nice.
Awesome. And Jeff Lane has nailed it. Eating spaghetti off the countertop. Spaghetti made on a table, buffet style. Yes. Wow. It is. It's an odd pasta video that got Twitter users all twisted up. Josh Flom told the Huffington Post he just wants to, quote, make cooking fun and something everyone can enjoy. So basically what he did, he made spaghetti on the countertop. And that's it. What a normal and ultimate spaghetti hack. It's referred to as a spaghetti hack. The video, which originated on Facebook, is titled The Ultimate Spaghetti Trick. It shows a woman pouring uncooked Prego sauce onto her pristine white countertop, which she claims she does all the time. She follows this up by placing meatballs and freshly cooked noodles on the surface and then sprinkling Parmesan cheese on top of it. You don't have to worry about dishes or a mess or anything like that, she says in the video.
No mess, huh?
Yep.
No,
There's no mess at all.
Yeah, I don't see any mess at all. No.
By the time you get done sopping, there won't be a mess. You just take your bread, garlic bread, and sop everything up. Yeah.
Right. That's crazy.
The cat hairs make it extra special.
Yeah.
It's you make food on the countertop all the time, but you usually put dishes on the countertop first. So why is it weird? Why is it weird to make spaghetti like this?
Well,
why is it?
One, because you should have spaghetti and like cook it. Like that's obviously cooked, so there's got to be some cleanup. But yeah, you don't eat off your countertop because everything's on your countertop. You put grocery bags, you put all sorts of stuff on the countertop. So no.
We don't at my house. You put grocery bags on the countertop?
Sure.
After Brian, been in the floorboard of your car and on the floor at the grocery store.
Well, then that's why you don't eat spaghetti off your countertop.
No, back it up.
That's the whole point. No, that's the whole point.
They don't do it at your house because you're a Neanderthal, Brian. But the Oaks family is a little more civilized than you.
Oh my gosh!
You put out some wax paper to put the bag down on the counter. Do that.
We put them on the floor.
Well, you wash the counters though, right?
Oh yeah, we wash the counters. Sure.
Right.
What do you? Well, all right. So what do you put on the counters?
What do you put on the counter if not grocery bags, JT? Like, what's the thing that would go on your counter?
Just take the groceries out of the bags on the floor. And
but they've been on the floor at the grocery store. They've been like in bins and stuff. Do you wash them off first?
I stand corrected. You're right.
They're on shelves. If
Yeah.
you get a box item, they're on these dirty
Yeah.
shelves that have been sitting there for who knows how long.
You're right. Who knows who's touched them and where their hands have
Exactly.
been.
Right.
Exactly. Maybe someone licks the box of like
Yeah.
Palpatine taco shells and puts it back.
That's what-
And
Yeah, for
That's
real.
what I do. I go through and lick stuff and put it back on the shelf.
that's what I
That's
do.
a thing too, for real though. I've heard of people go lick. Like it's an obsession to go lick things like that in public.
Is that right?
Yeah.
That's
It
very
takes all
weird.
kinds.
Yep.
Well,
Yeah,
it's-
I guess I don't understand what's the, if you're just putting like the boxed items on there, then what's the, do you have soda or pop or tonic or whatever you call it?
Yeah, you're right. I stand corrected.
Because everyone calls it something
you just-
different.
I've
Did you
been
just call it
contaminated.
tonic?
Yeah.
Did you just call it tonic?
Yeah, I don't. I call it soda, but I know. I think in the Northeast, sometimes they call it tonic.
Yeah.
They do.
Some people, but
Yeah.
it's been a while. We may have evolved since then. I don't know.
Well,
But yeah,
personally,
like
I wouldn't have a problem. I don't think with making spaghetti on the countertop. But I admit it does look strange.
Do they eat it off the countertop too, or do they just serve themselves, like get a plate, or does everybody eat it off
no,
the
you'd
countertop
have
too?
to eat. Why, if you're not going to use plates to put it out, why would you use it to eat it?
Yeah, she says you don't have to worry about dishes
Yeah.
or a mess
That's
or
crazy.
anything like that. So yeah, I guess they just eat it off the countertop. And I don't know what would happen if you made more than you could eat in one setting, how they would deal with that.
You just put saran wrap over it and then rip the countertop off. So much easier. You're just gonna get the saw out. Just need this section of the
Well,
counter.
if they're making the spaghetti this way, I don't know why they wouldn't just scrape it into the bottom of the refrigerator.
Yeah, for real.
That's
Oh,
true. Yeah. Do they even put anything? Just put it big glop right onto like a refrigerator shelf.
Right.
I'm
Whatever.
kind of stuck on them all eating it out of that common pool, though. I mean, it's a little like double dipping. You're taking
Right.
a bite of the spaghetti, you're sticking your fork back in again. In this age of pandemic, it just seems a little bit
Right.
unsanitary.
That's what I thought was interesting about this, the timing of this video being released is that we've got, vaccines and masks and social distancing, and then they release a video. It's like, we're just making spaghetti on our countertop. It's a great idea. Everyone's like, we're afraid to go outside without a mask, and they're just nomming on spaghetti off the countertop.
Well, I really don't want to go to their house for Thanksgiving. That's all I can say.
No.
Just that's crazy.
Oh, wow.
I don't
All right, next
like to
picture.
judge, but man, wow.
Next picture. Here you go, guys.
Oh,
Oh no.
I'll bet this car was behind a truck that hit that turtle and it sent it spinning up in the air and just lodged itself right in the windshield.
Clearly, you've never played Mario Kart. You've clearly never played Mario Kart.
He's sad about it. All right, so JT's got a guess. Anybody at home want to take a stab at what this is? I mean, obviously it's a turtle. Yeah, this is.
Did some guy break up with his girlfriend and the turtle was his pet and she threw it out of a third-story window along with his guitar and his suitcase and his hockey sticks and his surfboard?
Here's your stupid turtle.
This is why turtles should be in car seats
Yes.
until they're of age and of the proper height.
That just reminded me of a story that has nothing to do with this picture. But I was one of the members of my family was telling about he and his buddies pulled up at his house, and it was late, and his wife was not happy with him for being out that late, and she was they had grilled out, and his wife, when he pulled up into the driveway, was so angry that she was pulling the meat off of the grill and throwing it at the car, and so it was landing on the hood, and it was hitting the windshield and everything. And the guy was like, "Hey!" He rolls down the window and he goes, "Hey, those are Johnsonville brats." And so it just struck me as funny that he was like citing the name brand as she's throwing meat at it. Those are Johnsonville brats. Like if it had been an off brand, it would have been it would have been okay.
Yeah, it would
but
have
you
been
can't-
fine.
Yeah.
Not Johnson. See, now that's a perfect ad for Johnsonville Brats. Like that would be the best advertisement. The wife is just mad and just throwing them off the balcony and hitting his car. And he's like, "Hey, those are Johnsonville Brats. Johnsonville Brats. Too valuable to throw at your husband." Millions sold. Millions of them sold.
Johnsonville brats, stop eating them.
Yeah.
Do not throw these. All right. So let's see. We
Donatello.
got
Poor Donatello. That's all I
game
got.
of toss the turtle. Is the turtle okay? Having one shell of a time. All right. It's not unusual for rocks and other debris to crash through a windshield and injure a driver. But a turtle? A 70-year-old woman driving or riding with her daughter on Florida's Interstate 95 suffered a gash forehead when a turtle smashed through the windshield of their car, striking her. The Daytona Beach News reported. The daughter pulled over and got help from another motorist, according to 9/11 recording. Both were surprised by what they found. There is a turtle in there, the man can be overheard saying. A turtle, the daughter exclaimed. An actual turtle? The gash drew a lot of blood, but the woman was not seriously hurt. The turtle was likely crossing the interstate and got knocked into the air by another vehicle, which is what JT said.
Can we, because the first words out of there were, it's not unusual, right? So, JT, do you know It's Not Unusual by Tom Jones a little bit? Can you read it while it's playing that?
Yeah.
This will change the whole segment. Now read the story.
It's not unusual to get hit by flying amphibians. But if I find that turtle's in my windshield, it's not unusual to call 911.
The turtle died.
It's not unusual. Okay.
Sorry.
The turtle, it doesn't tell us whether or not the turtle was okay. Oh, wait a minute. It does. It says the turtle has the best luck of anything. It just had a few scratches on its shell and released back into the nearby woods.
Yeah.
So the turtle
power.
Turtle was just scratched. So you can relax, you guys. The turtle was not hurt. The woman was hurt, not seriously. But I think it was interesting that they pulled over and got help from another motorist. Can you imagine being the person that they flagged down and actually being able to help? It's like now we could. Now we could. If somebody flags you down and says there's a turtle in my windshield, now because you watch this show, you can say, I know exactly what to do.
Hold on, I am an expert. I thought you were going to say they actually stopped and get help from another turtle. That would have been phenomenal.
So now if somebody stops you and says, I've got a turtle embedded in my windshield, you can go, it's not unusual to have turtles in your car. Yeah.
That's going to be stuck in my head now.
We have so many opportunities for songs. All right, we got one more picture. And this one, if you got the turtle one, then this one will be a walk in the park.
Is that one of those New Zealand size rabbits?
Okay, there's a person behind him. I was like, is it carrying a human? What is going on? We get rabbit back rides.
Uh-huh.
He's got some kind of an eye disease, little feller. Got a red eye disease.
Yeah, he's got pink eye.
Cherry eye.
Yeah. Well, this is
it's a huge one, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Bunny back rider.
Yeah, the
Bunny
size
back
of the,
rider.
No cowboy went riding out one dark and windy day. Bunny riders in the
sky. You're on the right track. The size of the rabbit is part of the story. That's a Flemish giant rabbit. Rachel talks like Flemish giant rabbit. Both of the sisters say the same thing at the same time. They evidently know they're rabbits.
Yeah.
So conjunctivitis in Flemish giants.
Man, that's a $3 word right there.
That's also was one of those Schoolhouse Rock, rejected Schoolhouse Rock songs. Conjunctivitis.
What's your function? Making eyes red and causing some itching.
Conjunctivitis.
Function, scratching the surface and making it bloody.
There's a rabbit getting carried out and it's on fire.
It's better than a turtle in your windshield, don't you know? Oh.
No two rabbits are not on fire.
That's Homestar. No two rabbits are not on fire. All right.
I love Homestar Runner. Dude, nobody knows Homestar Runner. Homestar Runner is amazing. Strong guy.
We're all fans here.
So, police say one of the world's biggest bunnies has been stolen from its home in central England. Darius, a continental giant rabbit. Ooh. Continental is capitalized. Continental giant rabbit. So is that the same thing as a Flemish rabbit? Because, I mean, I don't know.
I think
probably not.
The Brits would probably be offended if you said that it was the same as a Flemish.
As a Flemish?
Yeah.
Well, continental. Anyway, he disappeared from his enclosure in a backyard, and they did not elaborate on why they thought it was a theft instead of an escape. So that's the intrigue part of it. Why you would not assume that the rabbit just escaped, but he had been stolen. They appealed for any information about sightings of Darius, who is who is gray-brown and 129 centimeters, which is 4 feet 3 inches long for you.
Wow.
That's a big bunny.
That's a big old bunny.
Man.
At full stretch. He holds the Guinness World Record citation for the world's longest rabbit.
Wow.
It doesn't mention anything about his serious case of pink eye, which I think would be even easier to identify.
Yeah.
You know, it's hard to, unless you have a tape measure with you, it's going to be difficult to verify his size. But you can look right at him and say, man, that eye is really looking bad.
Yeah, but if you see a rabbit that could look your third grader in the eye, you could pretty be that's the one, you know.
Is that?
I don't know. There might
Answers
be
to the name
many
of
other
Darius.
continental rabbits.
Yeah.
You know, like continental breakfast. You go into hotels, they just have all those rabbits there.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a perk for our guests. It's continental. Instead of breakfast, you'll have continental rabbits.
We serve rabbit all day until 11. We serve rabbit until 11, and then. All right. She initially offered. She initially offered a reward. So some of you who were asking, some of you were like, "Hey, you know, I think I've seen a rabbit. Is there a reward?" Yes, it's £1,000, which is $13.70. It's just funny to see the world's largest rabbit being offered a reward of £1,000. I think
that is funny.
But tweeted out on Tuesday, please. I am so upset. Can you bring my Darius back? I'm putting up a reward of £2,000, which is $2,700 in American money. So if you've seen the rabbit, this is a public service announcement.
Hassenpfeffer.
You can make Hassenpfeffer on the countertop. Cook, where's my Hassenpfeffer?
Where's my dinner?
Would any of us know what Hassenpfeffer even was if it wasn't for Bugs Bunny?
Nope. Hassenpfeffer.
Unless we were German.
We need a Flemish giant rabbit on a leash. That's actually not a bad idea.
I don't know.
It's not a bad idea.
My niece has a New Zealand rabbit. It's not that big, but she keeps it in a big wooden hutch in the backyard. And there's a falcon that comes every day and just sits on the roof and stares at it.
I want to know if Darius is named after Darius Rutger from Hootie and the Blowfish.
Can you imagine?
Could be.
Play a Darius
Perfect
Rutger.
timing. There you go.
I wonder what it would be like to be a rabbit in a hutch and just have a falcon just sitting there just waiting.
Yeah, I know. Just
eyeing you.
One step out of that little hutch and you're mine.
Well, I wonder if the rabbit would feel smug or afraid.
Well, if it's a 4-foot rabbit, I think it might have a
Have a chance.
might have a fighting chance. Yeah.
Right. Falcons are not that tough.
It takes a turtle, throws it across the room.
There you go. Rock me, rabbit, like a wagon wheel. Rock me, rabbit, any way that you feel. Ooh, rabbit, rock. Hot and pepper.
Yeah, keep your suggestions for songs coming. skews@johnbrandy.com. All right, we've reached the end of our show, and I'm sad to say that. There was a couple other things I wanted to do, but doggone it, we just didn't have time to do them. So we've come to our Snappy wrap-up, and our Snappy wrap-up is never snappy when I'm in charge of it, so our producer is going to jump in and show us how the Snappy wrap-up is going to work this week. And she's currently fumbling with her light and trying to put her sign back on. Here she comes.
Sorry, my ring light just jumped at my face like a turtle.
Like a turtle on the freeway.
It came right at my forehead like a turtle on the highway. Okay, it's really hard to see what I'm clicking when I've got this thing over my face. But tonight's Snappy wrap-up belongs to Brian!
Ooh.
And tonight I would like for Brian, because Brian was disappointed not to be with us last week when we were doing the voices for Chubby Bruce's gang.
And for Boston. For
specifically a Boston accent, because that's what we want to have Blunderbus eventually have. And so I would like for Brian to do the Snappy wrap-up as his version of Blunderbus. Except I can't find my video.
With the Boston accent.
Boston accent Blunderbus? Okay.
All right, so I'm going to take myself out of the screen. Nope, I'm going to start the video first, then take myself out of the screen super fast.
Okay.
Ready? Go!
All right, kid, listen up. We got JohnBranyan.com over here. You got to go over there, sign up, being the Clique kid. You know what I'm saying? Comedian next door. Podcast is now on FLNNetwork.com. It's great because there's people there. It's amazing. Law Adams, Luis Bear, Ray Bates, David Branyan, Justin Broby. Hey, vacay with the comics. August 19th through 22nd. One reason you got to go is because there's a thing we can't talk about, but possibly got cameras and stuff. Totally good. Dude, check out this kid. He's wicked awesome. Brian April, patreon.com/comedy Brian, Jennifer Matlock, Teresa, John Oakes, RJ Osman. I don't know who these people are, but they're amazing. They're my family. Juan DeVivo, he's playing on stage right now, dude. I can hear him wicked clear. He's wicked clear. He's so good, kid. You got to go check him out. And then, I'm working over here. What are you doing? Say something memorable. It's the last thing people are going to hear. Make it good. I'm working over here.